Hi there, Aquarius. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm Yetta Pearl, and this is your angel reading for the week of July 26th through August 1st of 2021. Shocking to me that we are this far along in the year. It's amazing. And so this is a general reading, and as such, some parts of this may not resonate with you. That's all fine. It, just means it's for somebody else. So take the parts that do and leave the rest. It's all perfect. And so now here we have the mermaids who want to come forward to give you your messages. So as always, this is your guardian angels coming forward and showing me first of all, the decks that want to come forward, which particular cards, and then which cards from each of those decks want to come, because it's a vibration, right? So they send the cards out that have the closest message on, the things that they've been trying to tell you, the things that, you're probably been getting the message. A lot of this might just feel confirmation for you. And so that's perfect. Some of it, if it truly doesn't resonate, don't try and make it fit, right? Sometimes there's only a small portion of the reading that's for you, because all the guardian angels of all the Aquarius people on the planet are putting their input in, right? So whatever is kind of the most common theme is what the vibration is that's going to come forward here. So let's see. Okay, so the first thing they want to do is to remind you how important it is to think about what you want instead of what you don't want. You see the difference? So, for example, if you are getting married, or somebody that, like, maybe you're attending a wedding or something like that, and you know that it's an outdoor wedding, or you know that somehow the venue is better when it doesn't rain. If you sit there and you really concentrate and you say, oh, please don't rain. Please, I really would like it to not be wet that day. It'd be so hard to walk through if there's mud or if the grass is wet or something like that. What are you attracting? You're attracting the rain, of course. You're attracting mud. You're attracting wet feet. If you instead change up your thoughts and make it so that you're just appreciative of the beautiful clear blue skies and the warm weather, the comfortable weather, because that is what will make that day just the best that it could possibly be. And so that is what you're attracting, right? Do you feel the difference there? It's quite shocking. Every subject, as Abraham, the law of attraction, they state often, every thought has two sides. I forget exactly how they say it. Every thought has two sides: the thought and then the lack of the thought. So if you're thinking, oh, I'm really trying to manifest money, how are you actually feeling about that? Are you feeling like, oh, I don't have enough? I need to go and get some whatever, and I just don't have enough money for that? Or are you saying, thank you so much for all the beautiful abundance that I already have, and I can spend my money in any way that I choose? Right? Once you hear the difference, it's pretty obvious. So your angels are reminding you to continue to think in the positive way, right? You're not ignoring reality or whatever, but what you are doing is keeping your perspective on that side of it, right? Yeah. Okay. Crystals. Crystals are a big part of how you work in your daily life. And they have so much wisdom, and they have so much healing power, is what I'm being told. So when you put your intention into your crystals, that is what truly bumps them up, right? Each crystal type has its own properties, and I'm not the expert on that, so I won't comment too much on anything specific. But the ones that you have, those are the ones you are familiar with. And when, say maybe you're in a crystal store, And there are some crystals there, and they're all beautiful. And you're going, well, I don't know, what to choose. And so there's some, some little slips of paper usually to tell you what's the properties, what each crystal is known for. And so in that way, you might identify with one. But truly, the best way to know which of those crystals resonates with you is to feel them, right? So sometimes, you're just gonna make some friction, make some energy, and just hover your hand over top of it, right? I remember the very first crystal I ever bought. It was a piece of amethyst, and I didn't even know about this. I have no idea why I did that. I just hovered my hand over top, and it was the amethyst, and my hand got sucked right in. It was like, and that was the piece I had to buy. I tested that because it was, like I said, I didn't even know how to do that then. I didn't know what that felt like. And so I tested it throughout the rest of the store on different crystals and different things. And I did not have that sensation anywhere except with that amethyst. Now, at this moment, I'm, okay, amethyst, I think, is used to increase your intuitive abilities, to increase your connection with the divine, among many other things. But at the time, I wouldn't have known that, and I maybe would not have considered that to be a priority, right? But the amethyst knew, the energy knew. So next time you have the opportunity, just see if you haven't used this, or maybe you have a technique that you use yourself already, certainly do that, what you've already done. That works for you, right? But if you have a mind to try it, just give it a try and see how that feels, And so that's what the ones that your angels are saying, to use those crystals and pay attention to what it is that you're drawn to energetically, and see what they mean, because that's going to give you a clue for where your inner work is going next, right? What things that you're needing to work on for yourself. Okay, and following your heart. So it feels like the crystals will lead you to the direction the angels are kind of steering you for following your heart. It feels like there is something that you've been wanting quite badly, but there's been something holding you back. And it's not small what's holding you back. It's something quite significant, but your angels are saying that you've chosen that. So they're not really saying what it is, but it feels down, kind of. It feels kind of sad. It feels unnatural. And it feels like you really want to, there's something you want to do, or somewhere you want to go, or something like that. But you're the one who's been holding yourself back from doing that. And so get out of your own way is what I'm hearing. Get out of your own way. Whatever it is, they say, whatever that is within you that is stopping you from doing that thing, you know what it is, and you also know what it takes to get it out of the way, right? To get yourself out of your own way. Nothing ventured, nothing gained is what they're saying. So give it a go. What's the worst that could happen? Every situation is different, and they're not giving me any specifics. Like sometimes they do, they give me a picture or something like that. They're not doing that this time. They're just saying it's worth trying. It's worth trying. It will not hurt you any more than what you currently are hurt. That's the worst. You're already at the worst. So, okay. So, morning affirmations. Say positive affirmations each morning to open the gates of manifestation. So kind of back to this watching your thoughts, right? And staying on the positive perspective of it. So kind of the same as that, but this feels a little more deliberate. So this feels like to set the whole mood and the whole tone for your day, to choose your affirmations. Now, in my experience, affirmations are something that you need to practice for at least a month at a time, right? So when you have any particular something that maybe you've gotten rid of, an old belief system or something like that, then you create an affirmation to replace that with. So that needs to be regular and often and for at least a month. So what I always do when I have a new affirmation, I write it. I get either, if I have different colors of paper, then I use that. Or failing that, I'll use crayons of different colors. And I'll write my affirmation on several different pieces of paper and in the different colors, right? And then I put one beside the bed, and I put one on the bathroom mirror, and I put one in the car and one on the computer. And, you get the idea, right? And as soon as so every time you see one of those, you stop and you bring your focus onto that, and you really feel whatever it is that affirmation statement is saying. Really feel it. Don't just read it. Don't just rattle it off, but really feel it. And say it out loud if you can, and really take it into yourself. Pay attention to it. As soon as you discover that you're kind of going, oh yeah, okay, I know that's there, but I'm not going to do that this time, then change them around in the locations so that they grab your attention again, right? And make sure you put the date on it that you're starting. And, you can put an end date if you want, but either way, when your 30 days is up. And some people say 60 days, some even go 90 days. So if it's something that you feel you really want solidly within you, put the end date further than you would normally, right? So doing that, and that it does it. It scientifically, it creates new neural pathways in your brain. That's just no lie. So that's how that goes. There's some kind of a change that you are creating, and partly it's using those morning affirmations or any time of day, right? It's you creating this beautiful change. And it's so positive. It's you're doing it on purpose, and it's beautiful, and you're going to really enjoy the outcome. Okay, and now they're jumping in. They're saying, for some of you, this is not what you've been deliberately manifesting. It's something that is coming to you, and it is on purpose, but you haven't been doing it on purpose. It's been coming to you because of, I think, subconscious is what it feels like, right? Either way, it's going to be a benefit to you. Not all changes are good, not all changes are bad, but this one is a good one. You'll like this one. Maybe not right at first, because it might be a surprise for some of you, but and some of you really don't enjoy surprises, right, Aquarius? So it's fine. So you might not enjoy how it gets to you, but you will enjoy the effect of having it. You will like this change. This is a good one. So now here's Archangel Michael saying that whatever it is, I went kind of in the wrong order here, didn't I? Follow your heart, whatever that is, that little stumbling block that you've put in front of yourself. Michael says you can do it. You are always protected. You're always looked after. There's nothing you can do wrong. You can do it. You got this handled. You have all the skill you need. You have all the knowledge that you need to have it. You have all the courage to do this with. You also have, they're saying you have long enough legs that you can step over that obstacle that you have placed in front of yourself. That's kind of funny. So they are showing me a picture of a person stepping over, a rock or something like that. And they're also showing me a picture of a person in a wheelchair simply wheeling around it. That obstacle is much smaller than you think it is. You can do it. You totally can do it. I have faith in you. Okay. So let's look for one more bit of wisdom, one more piece of advice for you, Aquarius. These are the daily wisdom, or pardon me, daily guidance cards. Okay, opportunity to forgive. This feels like it's quite momentous for some of you. So opportunity to forgive. You know, anytime that there's a person that we think requires forgiveness, we think they did something wrong, it's almost always that they were simply acting from a place where they are at right now. And, you know, sometimes they meant it, you know, there's no getting around that. Sometimes they're hurt and they're trying to hurt you back. Sometimes, though, it's just this is where they are. They're setting boundaries. They're unwilling to be more understanding. They're unable to take other steps. Most of the time, they don't see that there's anything wrong with what they've done because to them there isn't. So, you know what needs forgiveness is your perspective. The only thing that makes it so that you think it needs forgiveness is that you feel you were wronged. The other person may have a totally different point of view than you do. And so it's up to you to choose to forgive and to understand that action, because truly that action had nothing to do with you. Right? And look within yourself then and see, why did that trigger you? What's going on? How come that hurt you? It's something within you, in your past experiences, or something that you've learned, or that person you thought was somebody who would never do that to you, right? So you've given them these attributes that perhaps they never had. And so it's up to you to see within yourself why that triggered you and come to terms with it, shed the things that no longer serve you, and promote the understanding, promote compassion, and allow yourself to feel only love for that person that you think deserves forgiveness or is in need of forgiveness. And that's how you will heal yourself from that. Yeah. It's beautiful. It feels very good. It feels very calm. It feels very, not easy to accomplish, but once it's done, then you just feel easy about yourself and about the world. It's a really good thing. Yes. Okay, Aquarius, let's try to send some of that compassion and that love to the world. Start with where you're standing. Beam some love out to all the people who are within a half-mile radius of you. Turn in place if you can to go in every direction, or at least imagine that, right? And then let it go further, a mile, then 10 miles, then 1,000 miles, and continue further and further and further until we've covered the entire globe. That's beautiful. Thank you, Aquarius. That was a beautiful reading for you. I love you. I appreciate you. And I'll see you next week.